Hello, everyone. Welcome to our fifth session of Step into Entrepreneurship. I'm so excited to have another session, and let's jump right into it. So, the purpose of Step into Entrepreneurship is to walk you through key aspects of what it takes to feel confident and prepared to start your business. All right, again, so getting the most of the sessions, just please make sure that I have your complete attention. That's how we can make sure that you're learning the most and doing the most and capturing all the information that we're getting today. Be sure to silence your cell phone, silence your social media, and anything else that might be distracting as we go through the session today. All right, this is me. Again, Dana Thomas. I am an entrepreneurship attorney and counselor. You can find out more about what I do at virtualbusinesscounsel.com, and you can also find me on social media, Dana Thomas Law. All right, so today we are going into session 5, which is getting and keeping clients. And so this topic is very important because, of course, more clients mean more money. But I know that one of the biggest fears and the biggest things that can hold us back from starting our business is that fear of not getting clients. You know, this might be your first business and you're thinking, how do I get people to actually buy into what I'm offering? How do I get clients? How do I get customers? How do I get people to trust me and actually give me money for what I'm offering? And so that's what we are going to talk about today so that you can feel more confident that you have the capability and you have the tools necessary in order to get paying clients and keep them. All right, so step 1, very important. Have a strong online presence. So we did a session on online branding, and this is super important because everything that we're going to talk about today is going to drive people back to you online in some aspect. So if you meet people at an event or if you connect with someone on social media and you're talking about your business, one of the first things that they're going to do is look you up. They're not just going to take your word for it that you're great at whatever you're offering. They want to see that you're an actual legit business because there are competitors out there. There are people who offer similar products and services. And so it makes potential customers and clients feel more confident working with you or buying from you if they can actually see what you're about online first. All right, so how do we do that? Number 1, make sure that you have robust and complete content online. And so robust meaning a good amount of content, not a little blog here or a post there. You want to make sure that when they're looking for you online, they find you and they find what you want them to find. It's not good if someone is looking for you online and they can't find you, or even worse, they find someone else that might have your name or might have the name of your product or service. You want to make sure that you really own that presence online. And you want to make sure that your content is complete. So in terms of social media presence, we talked about that. Have a strong social media presence. As many social media platforms that make sense for your business, make sure that you're on those platforms. Also, a finished website. There's so many times that people might go to your website and it doesn't look finished, or there's maybe only a landing page, or there's not enough information to turn them into from a prospect into an actual paying customer. So make sure that your website has enough information on it so that if someone is checking you out, they're looking to see what products or services you offer, that they can actually see those services and have enough information that's going to make them want to reach out to you. Another thing is having a bio. Your bio should be somewhere online that's easily accessible. Again, something that we talked about is that when we are new entrepreneurs or we have small businesses, we don't have the luxury of just hiding behind the computer. We have to show people who we are, especially if you are a service-based company. People want to see who they're working with, who is going to be providing this service, what drives you, tell us something about you that's going to make me want to work with you. So make sure that your bio and how you as a person, you're connected to the product or service that you're offering. That will really help people to get to know you and know what you're about and feel more connected and be able to trust you and your product. Lastly, you want to make sure that you have searchable content. So what do I mean by that? Usually when potential customers and clients are looking for a product or a service, they go to Google or some other search engine as a first way of finding vendors for that product or service. You want to make sure that you have something called search engine optimization. And so what that means is that there are keywords on your blogs, keywords on your website, or other content that you have online that people normally search for. So it may be different in your head what those keywords are than what they might be for your potential customers or clients. So it's really good to use surveys, or even there's something that Google offers that can show you what the most searched terms are for a product or service that's in your industry. So it makes no sense to have blogs or to have a website when people can't find it. So you want to make sure that your content is searchable, it has those keywords that people are looking for, and that it occupies the presence of the online platforms that you're being a part of. All right, and number 2, you need to have consistent branding. So I know that's something that we've heard before, and so we'll dive into that because, again, it's very important for a strong online presence. So 1, make sure that your social media handles are the same. So if you're on Facebook, if you're on LinkedIn, if you're on Twitter, if you're on Instagram, make sure that those social media handles are all consistent, are all the same. Because if people are looking for you, and on one social media website you have Dana Thomas Law, for example, I'll use myself, Dana Thomas Law on Instagram, and on Facebook, I'm facebook.com/thelawyerdana. And then on Twitter, I'm Dana Thomas Esquire. And then on LinkedIn, I'm LinkedIn/in, which is the link, and then Dana W. Thomas. Then that is going to be very difficult for potential consumers to know that that's actually you, and also to find you online. So make sure that whenever you choose what your social media handle is, it's something that you really love, and it's something that you're going to stick with for a long time. Also, you want to do your best to try to secure the same website domain. And so you can check that actually on GoDaddy.com. You can check out the domains that are available before you even start developing your website, before you even choose a name for your business if you're not even there yet, or before you start to secure those social media handles. So it's a really great idea to have your website domain the same as your social media handles, because it makes you easy to find and easily recognizable. So when people find that name, they know that it's you because they see it everywhere. All right, you also want to make sure that you have consistency with the frequency of your posting and sharing. So when it comes to consistent branding, you want to make sure that whatever the frequency of your presence online is, you keep that, you maintain that. So it doesn't have to be 5 times a day, every day. It doesn't have to be 10 times a day, every day. Even if you do it once a day, even if you do post a blog once a week or twice a month, just make sure that it's something consistent so that your followers and your viewers and potential customers and clients know what to expect from you. Because if at one point you're posting a lot, sharing a lot, and they're getting all this great content from you, and then they don't see anything from you for weeks later, it seems like your business is not put together, or you don't have as strong of a infrastructure in your business as it seemed at first, and then that lowers the trust that they might have in your business. So the key is not to post as much as possible, but the key is to make sure that when you do post, it's as consistent as you can. Also, you want to be consistent, which is a key word, with the content type. So when people start following you online or viewing your content online, they're viewing that information for a reason. They're getting some type of value from that. So if you are blogging consistently, and then they can know what to expect from you. So they know when they look for you online, they can see that they're going to get some blogs about a specific type of topic. Or if it's quotes, if you're doing positive quotes, they know that they can always go to your page to get positive quotes. Or if you show up on their timeline, they know that it's going to be something that's positive and inspirational, and they follow you for that reason. However, if they're used to seeing you online for a certain reason, or they're following you for a specific content type, and then you stop doing that type of content, or you completely switch it on them, they may not be in the market for the new type of content that you want to share. So you want to make sure that the type of content that you're providing online is consistent, because people are expecting to get that type of content from you because it provides some type of value. Now, that does not mean that you have to limit the type of content that you provide. So, for example, if you like to blog, it doesn't mean that you can only share blogs and never share quotes or never share articles by others. It just means that pick the types of content that you want to share or you want to be known for, and keep posting about that. Keep sharing that type. You can add others, but just make sure that when you do add others, it is the type of content that your current viewers would be interested in. So it's very important to keep the industry the same or very similar, because the people that are following you because they want to see that type of information. And so making sure that your branding is consistent is something that's very important when it comes to a strong presence, because people will know what to expect from you, and that's great when turning them into customers. All right, step 2, one of my favorites, give free value. And how do we do that? Free value is super important. For one, you can do it through giving webinars. There are so many platforms that you can give free webinars to give information to people, to get them into your circle and into your network. You can do blogs, which we talked about. You can give tips, little tips and tricks about how to do things to make your life easier, but make sure they all connect to the product or service that you're offering. You can do Facebook and Instagram Live. Those are both free platforms where clients and customers can see more about you and learn more about your product for free or your service. You can do emails. Email lists are very important too. That's also a way that you can give free information. Speaking engagements. That may be something that's difficult for us at first, but really you have to step out of that comfort zone, because people want to see you. They want to interact with you. So if you aren't in the realm of doing speaking engagements yet or serving on panels, then that's definitely something that you should look into in order to give that free value to people that can turn into customers and clients. And then also ebooks. Ebooks are a great way and a very cheap way, if not free way, for you to deliver great content and free content to potential customers and clients. And it may seem like ebooks are difficult to create, but really all it is, you're writing something in a Word document, for example, and then once it's complete, you have all of your edits made. It looks great how you want it to. The only thing that you have to do is save it as a PDF. Once it's saved as a PDF, you can put a stamp on it, figuratively, and it's an ebook, and you send it electronically. So it's really easy to give free value and free content through some of these ways, and one of my favorites is an ebook. So if you haven't looked into developing an ebook, that should probably be something on your list very soon if it fits with the type of product or service that you're offering. All right, and why is giving free value important? Number one, and this was key for my law practice as well, it teaches potential clients and customers about why they need what you offer. So a lot of times you may have a product or service that's new, or a product or service that might be new to the type of people that you're reaching out to, and they don't know much about what you're offering. They don't know why they need it. They don't know the value of it. So it's your job not to just sell it to them, but to teach them why they need it. So if you give free value through a webinar, for example, or a blog, then you're able to teach these customers about what your product is in a non-salesy way. So no one really likes to be sold to directly. That's very awkward. And so one way that you can do that is through that free value that really brings them to know and understand what your product is and why they need it. For example, in my law practice, I talk a lot about trademarks. Again, but trademarks are something that they don't teach in school. It's something that you really don't learn as an entrepreneur, but I know that it's something that is so important to protect your brand. And so if I came out with an offer to secure trademarks for entrepreneurs, probably no one or virtually no one would buy it, especially the market that I go after. I love working with aspiring and new entrepreneurs, and more than likely they're not aware yet of the value of trademarks. So I give so much free content on what a trademark is, how it helps other people in their business, how it can help you in your business, and how it can help make you more money in your business. So it's very important to use these free tools in order to teach potential customers and clients about why they need what you offer before you even sell anything to them. All right, number 2, your free value also shows your expertise. So this is even key for brand new entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs, and entrepreneurs that don't have many years of experience in whatever your field is. So it's my belief that it does not matter how young you are, how fresh out of school you are, if this is your first business, if you are a solo entrepreneur and have no business partners, if you have 1 year of experience in this field or 10 years of experience. I don't believe that any of those factors are going to be a hindrance to your success as long as you implement important strategies and concepts when it comes to business. And so one way to make sure that those things that may not be on your side don't affect your business is to show your expertise through free value. If you're giving free value, then people have nothing to lose. They're getting information from you. You're able to show what you know. You're able to show why you love doing it so much. And you're able to show how that will make their life better, how working with you is going to make their life better by using the product or service that you're offering. So use that free value to show what you know, show your intellect if that is a part of it, show your expertise in what you are offering. Free value is a way to get that across, even if you have certain factors like age or experience that's not on your side. All right, number 3, it allows potential clients and customers to get to know you. So another thing that we have mentioned before is the fact that as a new entrepreneur or a small business, again, we don't have the luxury of hiding behind a computer or a big brand. Our potential clients and customers want to know who we are before they actually buy from us. So a great way to do that is to have them try you out. And trying you out meaning getting to know you. So when you have these webinars, when you write blogs, when you have these presentations and speaking engagements, it allows these potential clients and customers to see who you are, to feel you out. That energy is so important when it comes to solo entrepreneurs, if you don't have a business partner or if you're a new entrepreneur. So that free value, especially if it comes through video or personal interactions, in-person interactions, allows the potential clients and customers to get to know who you are. And again, that trust is so important. So once they get to know who you are, they're one step closer to being a paid customer. Number 4, that free value allows you to tap into emotions. Many consumers are emotional buyers. They buy because your product or service, or not even your product or service, the offer that you're making to them, the way that you are advertising to them, it taps into their emotions somehow. And so it taps into some type of feeling that drives them to want to buy your product or service. And so that may be some type of goal that they have in the future that you help them to feel more ambitious about. or confident about, or that might be something that they have gone through in their past that you're able to relate to. And so when you offer that free value, it allows you to tap into that emotion. However, just make sure that you are genuine about it. The best part about this part is when you tap into emotions, it allows you to really connect with your potential client and customers. And if you can even connect in a way that you can actually relate to what the customer or client is going through, that's even better. So with that free value, just make sure that you have some type of aspect that taps into that emotion, whether it's something that they really want or really desire, or something that they've been through that makes them who they are. See if you can fit that into your strategy or that free value that you're offering, because it will really help people to go from just being interested into being a paying customer or client. All right, and number 5 in that is free value allows you to gain more followers and increase your network. It is important to have more people following you online. The more followers you have, the more potential customers and clients you have, the more potential referrals you have. You want people to pay attention to what you're doing online. And because online is a free way to get people to be in your network, it's a way to have them funnel into your product or service. And we'll get into sales funnels very soon. And so when you have that free value, people will follow you in order to get free information, which is good. You want to give them that information for all the reasons that we're going through right now. And so free value leads to more followers and an increase in your network. And the more followers you have and the bigger your network is, the more customers and clients you can reach to. All right, and number 6, something called the law of reciprocity. And I'll tell you about what that is. And so when the law of reciprocity means that when you give someone something, they automatically by nature feel like they have to give you something back. And so that applies in entrepreneurship as well, even in your online branding. So when you give free value, you're constantly giving of yourself, or you're constantly sharing information with clients and customers, or you're answering email responses, or you're doing something that they don't expect you to do, which is giving that free value, whether it's through those in-person speaking engagements, or if it's emails, or if it's tips, whatever it might be. You're constantly giving this free value because of something called the law of reciprocity. By nature, human beings feel like they have to give you something back. So whether that's a sale, or whether that's a referral, or whether that is sharing your content, it's something that they're going to feel as a part of human nature to give something back to you. And so make sure that that's in mind when you're giving that free value. So that's an awesome thing to keep in mind, because that free value will turn into something valuable for you as well, due to the law of reciprocity. All right, step 3, one of my faves, create a sales funnel. So what's a sales funnel? A sales funnel is a series of steps designed to guide potential customers or clients towards a buying decision. So as you can see from the image, it starts out in the red section, which is a bigger portion and your bigger network and all the followers you have and the people that you have access to. And it trickles all the way down to that purple section, which are the people that actually buy from you. So there are a few steps in order to get your sales funnel to actually work, and to get those people that are just in your network or following you, or just somehow intertwined with your business or your brand, and get them into being paid customers. So how do we create a sales funnel? Number 1, you have to capture attention. So there are several ways that you can do that. One can be Facebook ad. So if you have a Facebook ad, then it's capturing attention, and you're kind of bringing people in with a catchy title, whatever that might be, or you're hosting a free webinar or something. So it has to be something that is going to capture their attention. That catchy title should be something that takes time. So it's not going to be 10 ways to live a better life. Okay, that could be anything, and that's really not going to capture people's attention. That's going to be something that they scroll right by. But there are certain things that you can add into there that people are just so captured by and can't even imagine what those 3 ways might be or what those 5 ways might be. So pay attention to what your actual title is, because it has to be very catchy, or whatever that thing is that you're trying to capture attention. Or it can be a photo, something that gets people to stop what they're doing and pay attention to what you're saying right now. That's the first part of the sales funnel. Second part of the sales funnel is using that way to capture attention to lead them to your website. So that is a goal. So from the top part, which was that red part we talked about, you capture attention to lead potential customers and clients to your website. And again, this is why from step 1, it was so important to make sure that your website is complete, because pretty much a lot of the things that you're doing online, the goal of the things that you're doing online is to get potential customers and clients back to your website. So your website has to be complete, it has to be robust, it has to have that information that people are going to be looking for. Make sure that whenever you capture people online, you're leading them back to your website somehow. Number 3, deliver phenomenal free value. Here we have that phrase again, free value. So after you capture their attention, then you want to bring them in by leading them to your website. And then once they're on your website, you need to give them a reason to stay on your website. And so one popular way, or 2 popular ways, I have 2 examples actually, a blog post that's giving them information about something that matches with the catchy title or the catchy photo. You don't want to have something that draws their attention, and then when they go to your website, it's a completely different topic, because that will be a completely different target market or something that that person might not be interested in. Or on your website, it could be a really great video that's teaching them about something. So whatever it is that drives them to your website, you want to make sure that it's something that's going to make them stay on your website and learn more. All right, number 4, have an even better free offer that matches your free value. So number 3 was have a phenomenal free value. So number 4 is have an even better free offer. So what do I mean by that? So they're on your website, you got them to come to your website. It might have been, for example, a video, and from that video, you want to get them to do something else. And so you want to make sure that you give them some type of free offer now that they're in your presence. Now that you really have their attention, they've spent the time looking at your video, or they spent the time reading your blog post. That means that they're interested. So they at least have spent a few minutes with you in that devoted time. So that's so valuable. So now once you capture their attention through that, you want to make sure that you're offering them something even more. You want to get them deeper into the presence of your business. So have an even better free offer. And I'll give you an example very soon. Number 5, require an email address to get free offers. Email addresses turn into dollars. It's very important to capture email addresses so that you can have people that are targeted in your email account, so that you can continue to communicate to them about those free values and about those offers, paid and free offers that you have. So in order for them to go from that free video or that free blog post to getting that even better free offer, make sure they have to give you their email address first. The more email addresses you have, these people will be in your network so that you can constantly share more products and services with them and get them to buy over and over again. Number 6, then after you have their email address and you've already given them their free offer, you want to communicate your product or service via email with a great paid offer. So make sure that your paid offer matches what that catchy title was in the beginning. It matches what that the free value was. It matches what the free offer was, because those people are in that funnel for a specific type of problem that they're trying to solve. So all of that free value and that free offer that you gave That's solving a little bit of whatever that issue is that they're trying to solve or the problem is that they have. And so once you get them into your email list, you want to communicate a product or service that you have via email with a great paid offer, because you already know that they've spent enough time on your website and in your business's presence that they need something from you. And so you can use this as an opportunity to really sell something great to them that they need and that you know they need because they're already in that funnel. Number 7, you got to make it easy to buy. That it can't be something that is going to be difficult for them to purchase from you when they're finally in the funnel. So the funnel starts with so many people and it drills down to just those people that want to buy. And so sometimes it may be difficult for them. They might not even have time to make a phone call, or they might not even have time to send an email to make a purchase. And so the easier that you make it for them to buy, the easier it is to close a sale in your sales funnel. And so here's an example of a sales funnel. So number 1, which was capturing attention. So you can do an Instagram or a Facebook post about 3 ways that vegan recipes can double your energy. And so I just use a made-up entrepreneur that is a vegan consultant. And so 3 ways that vegan recipes can double your energy. Even if I'm not really into veganism, which is probably going to be most people, I do want to double my energy, or there's a lot more people that need more energy. So you may click on that. It's a very catchy title, 3 ways that vegan recipes can double your energy. Number 2, that will link to the blog, that will link to a blog on your website. Again, that number 2 is lead them back to your website. Number 3, the blog on the website delivers insanely valuable content on the topic. And so you want to make sure that your blog post isn't pages and pages long. It doesn't have really long paragraphs. And you want to make sure that it's easy to read. So you want to make sure that the content is very valuable. You want to make sure that it's easy to read and that they're getting the information that you promised. Number 4, so your next one to lead them into your free offer. So the blog post was the free value. And then so number 4 is the free offer, which is after they read the blog, you have an offer that says 10 vegan recipes you can make in less than 10 minutes. So after I just learned about 3 ways that vegan recipes can double my energy, now you're offering me free 10 vegan recipes that I can make in less than 10 minutes. Sure, I want to figure that out because you just told me how it's going to double my energy. Awesome. And so how do I get that free offer? I have to give you my email address. So you got to subscribe to the email list for the free offer. I give my email address. I get my free recipes in less than 10 minutes. And then number 6, what you want to do is 3 to 5 days later, you want to email the client with a paid offer, for example, for consultation plus vegan recipe book. So I don't know what that price might be, whatever the price point is that you want to offer it at, but you already know that I am in the market. I'm interested about veganism, and I'm in the market for making recipes because I downloaded the 10 vegan recipes you can make in less than 10 minutes. So all of those offers, from the blog post to the free offer, which is the recipe book, or the 10 vegan recipes, up until what you're offering me to pay for, you can see that this is something that I'm interested in. So make sure that your free value, that your free offer, and your paid offer are all things that match, all things that go together, and that person that is in your funnel, it's something that's solving a problem for them. Number 7, online purchase capability. So make it very easy for them to purchase your paid offer. And one of the easiest ways, especially if you are giving that offer through email, is a one-click or leading them back to your website to easily make that purchase. So that is an example of a sales funnel. Lastly, very key, you want to automate your sales funnel. How difficult would it be that every time someone clicked on a link, you had to send them an email by hand, And then once they got that free offer, you had to send them another email by hand or remember, 3 to 5 days later to email that person. That will get too crazy, especially as new entrepreneurs or solo entrepreneurs. We already have so many things to think about. So what you want to do is make sure that your sales funnel is automated so that everything is already into place and you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is write your blog post, and then everything else is automated. And the great tool for that I use is MailChimp. So there may be some other tools that can automate that whole email process. I use MailChimp. I think it's very easy, and it's also free to use for automation. They recently added automation for free if you have less than a certain amount of subscribers to your email list. So check it out. Make sure that your sales funnel is automated, or else it will get too much to handle. All right, step 4, something that seems pretty obvious, but it's something that we cannot step over. We have to make sure that we're paying attention to the fact that we have to offer a quality product or service. And again, we may think that our product or service is the best out there because it's something that we came up with, but you really have to be real with yourself and do some type of analysis to make sure that the product or service that you're offering is of quality. So how do we analyze that? Here are a few ways. Number 1, you want to make your product or service worth a little bit more than the price. Let me say that again. You want to make your product or service worth a little bit more than the price. So this can be a little tricky because you definitely do not want to undersell yourself. So I'm not saying that if your product or service is worth X amount of dollars, then you want to make sure that you're always selling it at a discount or you're underselling yourself. Don't do that. But it's very difficult to find the perfect balance of the amount of money that someone is going to pay for your product or service and what it's worth. Very rarely will that evenly or perfectly match up, and that can be different for different people. So what you want to make sure is that, 1, you're not selling your product for too much money, because that's really going to turn away people that could be customers, but because they can get the same thing or something very similar from another source, or it's just too expensive for the type of person that you're going after, then, that really doesn't make sense. So you're going to lose customers that way. And so, of course, the goal would be for it to match up perfectly, but again, how rare is that? So it's safer and better to make sure that what you're offering is worth just a little bit more than the price, because you don't want to have a dissatisfied customer, which will happen if your product is too expensive. Satisfied customers are great. That will likely happen if they get what they paid for. They're satisfied. That's good. But what you want to get to is having a repeat customer. And repeat customers come from people who are shocked and so awed about what you offered them and feel like they really got the most for their money. And so you want to do that through making sure, or trying at least, to have your product or service worth just a little bit more than the price, because that way it's safe for you, and that's more of a sweet spot when it comes to pricing your product. So again, dissatisfied customers, we want to stay out of there. Satisfied customers, okay, that's good, but repeat customers are the goal, and we get repeat customers when people feel like they got the best from you or more than they even bargained for. All right, number 2, do what you promised, even if it takes more time or money. And this is something that I learned very early on, and it really, really matters. So do what you promised, even if it takes more time or money. So for example, when I first started my law practice, it was very new when it came to billing. And so I would, if I offered someone a specific price, and it turned out that it was taking me hours and hours longer than I thought it would, I'm not going to go back to the customer or the client and say, you know what, this is taking longer than I thought. So even though I said it was going to cost X amount of dollars, I'm really going to need more money because it's taking more time. that would kill my brand. And so you really want to make sure that you are doing what you promised, even if it takes more time or money. And sometimes, and a lot of times, that happens in the beginning because you're really trying to figure out your pricing strategy, and you're even trying to get the system down for your business. So systems are very important in entrepreneurship, but it takes time to really get a system down. And so you may not know exactly how much money it's going to take to offer this service every time, or you may not know exactly how long it will take for you to complete a service. But even if it takes you double the time or double the money, always do what you promised, the way that you promised, the best way that you can, even if you offered at a price that was ridiculous. Just make sure that you're doing what you promised. That is how you develop a quality product or service. And number 3, the follow-up. So even when you get a customer or a client and they buy your product or service, that's not the end of it. Just because it's a good product or service doesn't mean that that's of quality. You want to make sure that you tie it all together. So once they are a customer of yours, then you want to follow up with them. Make sure that the product is working. Make sure that they had great service. Make sure that they don't need anything else from you. Make sure that you're available to answer questions. That follow-up is so important, and most times it's unexpected. Something that you should always remember as an entrepreneur is try to go past people's expectations. Don't just deliver their expectations, but surpass their expectations. And so when you do that follow-up that's really not expected, especially after the sale is made, it really proves that you care about your clients and customers, and it adds more points to having a quality product or service. All right, we are at step 5. Develop a relationship with your customers and clients, and even before that, potential customers and clients. And again, how do we do that? Developing a relationship is important as a small business. One of the themes for our session today is the differences between a small business and a large corporation. Again, a large corporation, you don't have to see a face for that. You don't have to have a relationship with a specific person. But if you're a new entrepreneur, a small business, delivering a personal product or service, relationships are so important because people will buy from people that they like, that they know, over people that they don't really know or don't really trust. So that relationship is very important. And so number 1, how do we do that? One way is mass email communication. Email communication is great for developing a relationship, and this is also why it's important to make sure that you're asking for email addresses whenever you're giving free offers, because when you give free offers, you get email addresses, and then you can communicate with them and develop a relationship through that email communication. And so with mass email communication, you can deliver blogs to their inbox. You can give them updates about your business or updates about something in the industry that they're interested in. You can give them some freebies, or you can give them paid offers, which are also great. And you can give them some kind of tips that's going to make their lives easier, or whatever type of person they are or type of business they have. If you're a business-to-business type of company, you can give them all these things through mass email communication. And when I say mass email communication, I mean that it's not a personal email from you to one person. It's an email that goes to your list of people. All right, number 2, individual email communication. Very important. So individual email communication will go out to people that you have some type of specific interaction with. It was a more personal interaction, and you are emailing them in order to somehow get them into your sales funnel. And so there are 3 types of emails that are very important when it comes to individual email communication in order to develop a relationship with that person. And so the first one is a follow-up from the initial contact with the offer. And so this person that you're offering, or this person that you're emailing, they have come into your network because they have shown some type of interest in your business or some type of interest in your product or service, or have some type of problem that you can solve with what you're offering. And so that first email is that follow-up from that initial contact with that offer of how you're going to solve that problem, or that offer that they spoke to you about, that they showed some type of interest in. The second email will be a reminder. So most times people don't respond to the first type of communication, especially if it has some type of offer in it. So you want to make sure that you don't get discouraged by that, and that you can just follow up with them with a reminder. And there are certain things that you can put into that email to really get them deeper and deeper into your funnel and closer to becoming a paid customer or client. And then you want to send email communication to follow up with them after the purchase. So they have a way of purchasing from you through that email. You've sent them a reminder, and then you also want to follow up with them after the purchase to make sure everything went well. The key to email communication is your tone. Your tone in the email can make or break the relationship. And so especially if you have an individual email communication, you want to make sure that that email doesn't sound like it's just another person that you're emailing. You want to make sure that you have something in that email that makes it sound personable, or makes it sound like you are communicating directly with them and it's not just a sales strategy. So there are certain ways that you can word your email to make sure that your tone is appropriate for email communication to turn people from prospective into buying customers and clients. Still sound difficult? How do I do that? What do I say? That's where our freebie comes in for this session. 3 email templates to turn prospectives into repeat customers. I am very excited to share this with you. Writing emails is one of my fortes, and I will send you guys 3 email templates to turn prospectives into repeat customers. Of course, because your businesses are different, you may have to make some alterations to those templates, but you can use that as a great starting point to send those emails out into those individual customers or clients, or those individual perspectives, so that they can turn into repeat customers. All right, number 3, how we develop relationships. Host or participate in events. Again, when you're developing relationships, it's awesome to develop online relationships, but really to take it to a deeper level, you want to see if you can host or participate in events that will get you to have some face time with those people that are in your market. So just make sure that you're particular about the types of events that you host or participate in, because the people that are in the audience, they really should be a warm audience, which means that people that you know are kind of in your market, or interested in your market, or interested in the product or service that you're offering. And so those can be meet and greets, just going out to a certain event that may be for entrepreneurs, for example, if you're servicing entrepreneurs or a different type of market. It can be presentations that you're hosting. See if in your area there's any free event space that you can use for your own presentations. Again, that free value. Go out there and meet people. That's a great way to get them into your funnel and to get them into being paying customers and clients. And also panels. If you can reach out to people that you know that do panels, or if they start reaching out to you, that's a great way to develop relationships. And I'll tell you, one way to get those invitations to these meet and greets and to these presentations and to panels is by that free value online. Because when people who host events, who already have their own market and already have their own audience, they are looking for others that they can invite to their panels and events, but they have to know what you're about and know that you're consistent with what they want to share with their audience before they actually invite you. So I almost guarantee that if you give that free value, give that free content, and make it sure it's valuable and consistent, you will start to get to those invitations to be on those panels so that you can be in front of the potential customers and clients and really expand your market. All right, and number 4, social media engagement, developing relationships. You can invite people to like your Facebook page. Make sure you're responding to comments. You're sharing other people's posts. So again, it's not just about you. It's about others as well. So developing a relationship is two ways. It's not just about you posting, and getting comments and getting likes, and that's it. You have to make sure that you have that engagement and interaction. And just as people are supporting your posts and supporting your blogs and going to your website, you want to make sure that you're doing the same for them, because that is how you develop a relationship that is reciprocal and not just one way. You also want to give free value videos. So again, videos may be something that a lot of people are struggling with because of shyness or whatever it might be, but that is such a great way to give that free content and also allow people who may be interested in your product or service or in your network to get to know who you are. So it pretty much kills many birds with one stone, two of them being giving that free value and then them learning more about who you are. Number 5, in developing a relationship, you have to be accessible. So what does that mean? Again, social media, that's a way to be accessible. Emails, have a way for people to email you if they have questions about your product or service. You can also have a contact form on your website, which is a great way for people to get to you. The only thing about contact forms is that you have to make sure that you are responsive to your contact forms. A lot of people are reluctant to even send any information to your business through a contact form because it seems like it's just going to go into this dark hole and no one's going to pay attention to it, or they're not going to get to you. So if you have a contact form on your website, one piece of advice is to have some type of guarantee that you'll get back to them in 24 hours or 48 hours or some type of short period of time that is realistic for you, so that they know that they're actually going to get a response if they use your contact form. Also by phone. You may not want all of your prospective to reach out to you by phone, but if it's something that you know that having someone on the phone is the easier way to get them into your funnel and turn them into paying customer or client, then by all means be accessible by phone. And then online messaging. So nowadays a lot of people use direct message or something like that, or Facebook messaging in order to reach out to you. That's a great idea. Respond to people. Make sure that they know that you're there and you're live and you're accessible and you can answer their questions and you can direct them back to your website for something. So you don't have to give them free information or too much information, because I know sometimes people will go into your DMs or your Facebook message and try to get information or value that you normally charge for. But there's definitely a way to respond to make sure that you get them into the funnel. All right, and step 6, have a referral program. And so a referral program is a great way to keep people in your funnel and to get even more people and to use your current customers and clients to help you get there. All right, so how do we do that? 1, provide an exceptional product or service. Again, we can't skip over that, and you can't have a good referral program if you don't have a great product, because no one will refer it or recommend it. Number 2, make it easy for existing customers and new ones. So when you have a referral program, you want to make sure that it is easy for your new customers and your existing customers to be a part of it. If they have to jump through hoops in order to get through the referral program, then they're really not going to pay attention to it. So it has to be something that's very easy for them to participate in. And so 3 ways that you can do that is through links. So it could be personalized links, forms where they can fill out what they need or who referred them, or special codes that you give to your existing customers to give to new customers so that you can keep track of it. But whatever you choose, make sure that the easy part is for the existing and new customers and clients. And number 3, provide an offer for both your existing customer and the new customer. So sometimes we have a halfway referral program, which is that we only offer something of value to the existing customer. However, if you want to have a really great referral program, you want to offer something to not only the existing customer, but also your new customers. So they're both valuing from it. And that way it gets the new customer to pick up the phone or send you an email or purchase the product or service even faster and easier. And so some ways or some offers that you can provide are a credit for the service or product that you're offering, a discount, free samples, or additional features. So sometimes you may have additional features that you have to pay for. Maybe that's something that you're going to give them for free, or a free upgrade, or a free trial, whatever it might be. But there's a wealth of things that you can offer in your referral program. And so here's an example of a referral offer. An existing customer gets a credit for 20% off of their next service, while the new customer gets a discount for 20% off of their first service. So your referral program does not have to be something that's burdensome for you. Actually, it shouldn't be something that's burdensome for you. It should be something that's very easy to manage and very easy for your customer, both new and existing, to understand the value of what you're offering. Number 4, make sure the referral program is right for your brand and business structure. Again, make sure the referral program is right for your brand and business structure. So what does that mean? Not every type of referral program is going to match with your brand. And so, for example, there are certain businesses that should not be giving away free things or free products or whatever it might be. So, for example, if you're a luxury brand, it might not be the best to choose to give away free things with in your referral offer, because one, if you're a luxury brand, the people that are buying your products are people who can afford luxury. So they're really not looking for free. They're looking for quality over free. So that may not be something that's interesting to them. So you have to find something that's right for your brand. And when I say your business structure, that means if you're a one-person show and your referral program, your offer is going to be mailing out free samples, but you know that you are the only person that can mail them out, that's going to be very burdensome for you. So make sure that it's something that you can handle and is not something that is going to really take up too much of your time or is going to be more of a burden on your business than a benefit for your business. And next, if you can, send a personal thank you. So although for the existing customer, which is the customer that referred the new client to you, they're getting some kind of value from that referral, nothing beats a personal thank you. So whether that's a handwritten note or whether that's an email, it really helps to send that person a note saying, you know what, thank you for referring Jill Roberts to me. You know, she's a really great customer and client, and I look forward to working with you both. Whatever it might be, it doesn't have to take up too much of your time, but that personal thank you note really helps to develop that relationship and shows appreciation. So in the beginning stages of your business, that may be something that's easier for you to do, and it might be something that you have to automate or find a different way to do it, those thank yous, as your business continues to grow. All right, and so here is our recap for today, which was getting and keeping customers. Step 1, have a strong online presence. Very important, because if you don't, everything else that you're doing is not going to be meaningful. Step number 2, you want to give free value. Step number 3, you want to create a sales funnel. This is going to take some time, and you may have more than one sales funnel. Step 4, offer a quality product or service. There's no way to get around that. Step 5, develop a relationship. And step 6, develop a referral program so that you can keep those clients and use your current clients to get even more. All right, so that is all that we have for this session. I hope that you are more confident in how you can get clients and keep clients, and that you've learned a good amount of tactics and techniques on how you can do that. So being able to build the business in a way that implements these strategies to get and keep clients will take time. Make sure you're not discouraged and just take it a step at a time. There's a lot of information in this session today, but it's something that you should really implement over time in your business, and something that will really help you to be more confident as you're putting yourself out there as you're putting your offers out there and really putting the time in to make your business great and to know that there are people out there that are going to buy it from you. So I hope you learned a lot today. Be confident and be great in your business and know that you do have the capability of getting more clients and customers and keeping them and turning them into repeat customers. Good luck as you continue to pursue your business, and I will talk to you next week.